Hi folks, Festus here. July 2014, 80 degrees in the shade, beautiful summer day. And what I'm doing, I seem to get more people looking at my David Bradley videos, so I'm going to make one I call my David Bradley Barn Finds. Here's some hoods that I've picked up, you know, barn finds and everything. And in the back I've got Daisy's hood. Daisy was actually in worse shape than these ones when I got it. Pretty rusted up, but you know, spent a little time on her and got her to look pretty nice now. And most of the David Bradley hoods, you know, you'll find them without the hoods, because people, you know, the motors would blow and they'd replace them with a Briggs motor. They usually had gas tanks in the front. The gas tanks were too big to fit under the hood, so they would just take the hood and put it on a pile, and you know, they'd sit in the back of the barn and they'd get lost or crushed or something like that. And that's how I found these. This one's been repainted, and it's rusty, but you know, they did their best. And this one here, it's interesting. It's got original paint, and you can see the lettering is green. A lot of them, you know, it's funny, all the ones I've seen have green, and even Daisy had green lettering for her, but I painted the yellow. Originally I think they came in the yellow. I kind of like the look. It contrasted the red better, and since the Superpower label was yellow, I said they go together. But yeah, you'll see Superpower labels yellow in the paint and the green matches the wheel color. And I think probably what they said is, well, why should we buy yellow paint if we're just going to use lettering when we already have green paint for the wheels? So let's start using that. And again, as you've seen, this is Bunny. This is my reconstructed one. It was made out of two separate ones. I left the label for the other one-ups in the house. I don't have it with me, but this is an original Superpower. It has the label number of, it's hard to see. It's a 5756, which was the Superpower, and as you can see, she's got the green lettering and the yellow Superpower label, or what's left of it. I got it repowered with a 5 horsepower Tecumseh off a Craftsman snowblower. You know, back then they had 2.5 horsepower was the Superpower, and that was considered a lot of power for these things. 5 horsepower, believe it or not, is a little bit too much with the pulley that I have on there. The pulley, when she's at full power, she'll run too fast, and so I have to run it about almost half, so keep it at 2.5 horsepower, I guess. If you look at it, this is an older style clutch system, and this is what they call a spring lock clutch, and you can always tell it's got a smaller head here, and it has a pin that they drive in there for the clutch system. And as I said before, this was actually 2 wrecks that I had bought and put them together. The frame, I'll show you the frame for the original one here in a second. This is the later frame. As you can see, it's a 2-piece frame. These pieces here, because they started using bigger motors in them, are actually solid pieces of steel, where the other frames are actually tube frames. Earlier models didn't have this adjuster where you can loosen things up and turn this to tighten up as the belt stretched. They just had to pound them with a hammer, and it's interesting, if you look at just about every one of these, it's all beat up right here. From, you can tell where guys were taking hammers and pounding them in and out and stuff to get them to adjust the clutch. And as you can see, this is the split. Maybe you get a better view here. It's a 2-piece frame, where this frame actually stops right here. There's an adjuster, so you have 3 positions that you can raise and lower the handlebars with. These strings here I got, I pull them so I can, when I pull the plow, I can just pull the string and shove the plow back and forth. You guys have seen the my modifications to get the motor to work, and my little breather that I had to use for the exhaust, to blow the exhaust out. One thing that is missing on here, I mean, and I might have to make one. I have to get a thing to hold the hood up. I actually use a bungee cord, but it works pretty good. Also, later on, you'll see where they have springs here. Blossom, my first one that I have, has this is threaded and it has 2 locking nuts, and you move it back and forth if you want to adjust the tension on the clutch. So that's the 2-piece frame, which was the later ones. This is the original frame for Bunny here. This is the single tube frame, and well, the reason why I didn't use it, the handlebar was completely rusted off, and rather than trying to weld something up, I had the other frames, so I figured, well, this is going to be a working one, not a show one anyways, so I'll just put the 2 and make one. So yeah, as you can see, these were heavy gauge tubes that were bent, and then they had these supports, to weld it on to keep them from bending when you put load on them. But still, you'll see ones with broken handlebars on them, because there is a weak point where they drilled holes. Especially, they had the you'll see a lot of times you'll see them broken here where the throttle cable went through there. It gets rusty, and they push them on and they break. Yeah, that's some of the stuff. What else I got here? I got the this is the 15-inch wheel, and David Bradley's only have 3 studs holding the wheel on. This one was rusted up pretty bad. I put it in the soak tank just to, see if I could clean it up. But you can see the original David Bradley green that they used on the wheels. The wheels I got on Bunny here are actually truck wheels, and they came on Blossom, the very first one. If you recall, Blossom's got a reverse on it, and a lot of times these guys would save money by you could order them without the wheels and put truck tires on and stuff like that, and these were the original wheels that came with it. And I looked up the numbers and stuff, and these actually are heavy-duty truck tires, and 6x16s and stuff. But yeah, they're tubed, they still hold air, and they work. They came with a chain, so that's what I used to